Hi everyone. I got a message. I got a message. Sorry, I had to get stretched because this message is a little heavy. I was sitting here and I was talking. My grandfather is one of my spiritual guides. My grandfather passed away some years ago, and I miss his physical form very much. I miss being able to reach out and hug him. But being able to connect with his soul is... And we were talking about healing generational trauma. And we were talking about how beautiful black people, how he knows this message is going to be heavy because it was very heavy for him. And me getting to the point where I am, my ancestors are just so proud, but especially my grandfather. Okay. A generational trauma that black people have to heal is the hate that we carry for white people. We have to release that. And I know it's very hard because you think of all the trauma and the pain that we've endured, but you got to understand, when you're not healing, you're just holding that pain and that trauma. And that's why maybe us in the physical form today may have never been enslaved, but we feel that pain so fiercely because we've been holding it generation after generation, and we have to release it. And that's a big generational trauma to heal for our community. And it's extremely hard because it's like, it feels like if I release the anger, if I release this need for vindication, then I'm not going to get that vindication. And God is saying, do you not trust me to balance all scales? And this is not coming from a place of hate or a place of revenge, but God always comes from a place of love and understanding. Do you not believe that I can get us to a place of love and understanding? God is saying. And my grandfather said to me, he said it was so hard for him because my grandfather held so much hate in his heart for white people because of everything he had to endure. My grandfather was in the Air Force, and you got to be one of the smartest of the smart to be in the Air Force. But we talk about all the time how being black in the military, especially back in those days, you were still treated less than. And just imagining everything that he went through, and I feel like I'm about to cry, it's very heavy. But he would say that my grandfather knew how to move extremely well, though, within the rules of the Matrix. My grandfather knew how to move extremely well in the white community, but he hated that he had to shrink himself to advance. The only way that he was able to advance in those communities was by shrinking himself to make his white counterparts feel powerful. And he hated that. It ate at his pride. He hated it. And for me to release that, though, and understand that hurt people, and for God to have shown me the very beginning. See, we're only looking at history for about the last 400, 600 years. We're really not even looking at the beginning of the world and the beginning of human history and what really went down. But I'll get into that another time. But it's just that we have to let that pain go for our ancestors, because we love them, because they've carried that pain for so long. And don't you want them to feel that release? My grandfather said he feels lighter because I feel lighter, because I released that. I released that and understand that love can fix way more shit than hate. I promise you. And it sounds so corny, and it sounds so cheesy, and it sounds weak. And I hate that we equal femininity, feminine energy to weak, because feminine energy is love, and love is so powerful. There's nothing like your grandmother's love. There's nothing like your mother's love. There's nothing like when your father really loved you, or my grandfather was that. His love for me was so deep and so powerful. He told me earlier that he just knew, seeing me, that I was special. And he's just so proud of me for releasing that for him and for our future generations, that understanding, empathy, and love is the only way. It's the only way we'll advance. And it's not about rolling over. It's not about giving up. It's about really fighting. It's harder to love your enemy than it is to hate. It's because you have to do that healing work. But I promise you, once you get there, it becomes easy. It becomes natural, because it is your natural state of being. It is very much your natural state of being. That's why Black people make soul music. But if you pay attention, everybody relates to soul music, because no matter what everyone is trying to tell us, everyone does have a soul. Well, you know, anybody has the potential to lose their soul, no matter of race. Everybody has the potential to be evil, no matter of race. And you know this when someone has a lack of empathy. People who have a lack of empathy for other people, dark energy. And this is not, something happened, you know, something happened, and it needs some deep healing that needs to. Love can stomp out dark energy. Light can shine on dark energy. But we have to be willing to do the work. We have to be willing to understand. We have to be willing to go deep in ourselves and uproot all of those generations of pain that we have carried into this lifetime, that is imprinted on our DNA. Are you insane? Generations of hurt imprinted on our DNA, and you have to release it. You have to grow. And it's not easy, but y'all ain't weak. We're not weak. We're not weak. If you want a God soldiers, if you want the light angels, the light beings here to fight the darkness and bring love, you're not weak, and you can do this. Anywho, I love you from the bottom of my heart chakra. My grandfather is sending love, and I hope you guys have a beautiful and wonderful day, and that you understand my message is in a place of judgment, but a place of love for you, and so desiring your healing, and mine as well. So again, have a great day.